What we have done really quickly at this point of the module is basically the first steps we need to do when we start using DDD. Here is a short summary. First, we need to define if DDD is the right approach to use to build the solution. To help you with this task, we want to share with you a checklist. Check the complexity of the domain. If the domain is really simple, then you should use another approach. Maybe DDD is going to overcomplicate the solution. Remember, DDD should be used to simplify the work. Check if you will have availability of the domain experts. To successfully apply DDD, the client must be totally engaged with the project. This means we need enough availability of the domain experts. If this is not granted, then DDD is not a good option. You will end up doing something that is not what the business needs. Check if the team is mature enough and is well structured. To use DDD, you need to ensure you have a capable team, flexible, with proper skills for the technologies, and with the willing to learn about the domain and handle conversations with the stakeholders. Once we are sure we should use DDD, then we can go to the next step. This step is analyze the domain, the requirements, and define an initial domain model and an initial ubiquitous language. Here is a short checklist to help you with this task. Build the domain model and ubiquitous language with the domain expert. This is clear. You must create those artifacts with the domain experts. If the domain is really big and complex, you can use strategic design to help you to handle that complexity. We are going to talk more about the strategic design in the last module of this course. Feel free to use any tool or a strategy to define the domain model and ubiquitous language. The important point here is to have a clear enough understanding of the domain to start with the project. Domain model, ubiquitous language, and business needs can evolve, so be flexible. Remember that it's almost impossible to have a total clarity of the domain and the business needs at the beginning of the project. So, when you are defining those artifacts for your solution, you don't need to have a total understanding of everything. You should only have just enough clarity to start. Once we defined our domain model and an initial ubiquitous language, then it's time to define the architecture for your application. Here you have a short checklist to help you with this task. Ensure that you have selected the proper set of layers and that those layers have a clear responsibility. Remember the dependency rule and ensure you are applying it. Also remember that the architecture styles and patterns should be selected to solve a particular need or requirement, never to use the last cool pattern or style. With this, we finish with our checkpoint. You will find more in the next videos. We hope those checklists help you to properly apply DDD. Remember that you can check the previous videos to complement the list we just shared with you.